had to go clothes shopping a few months ago. Needed to get some new jeans. So I went to a large, well-known national retailer. And it blew my mind. It was fairly busy. One person on cash. There was another person kind of waiting at the door. Finally, when I got up to the cash, the person who was there had to ask me to wait while they went and had to inspect the bag of the employee whose shift had finished so that they would be allowed to leave. When they came back, I was talking with the manager because I obviously watched all of this happen, and I can't keep my mouth shut. If you've been listening to us at all, this is not going to be a surprise to you. Seriously though, I saw this, I'm like, okay, what just happened cannot be what I think just happened. So I was talking with the manager briefly while she was ringing my stuff up, and yeah, she had to ask a customer to wait while the store was busy, so that she could go and inspect the bag of the employee whose shift had ended so that they would be allowed to leave. This retailer I'm guaranteeing you it's not actually written down in official administrative or HR policies, because that would be dumb. But they have a policy that no employee is allowed to leave the building before a manager inspects their bag. That is a weaponized policy.
Absolutely.
It's invasive. It's restrictive. It is designed to control people. Right. And the more I've been sitting on this for a while, I mean, I ranted to you about it immediately after it happened, because I couldn't believe that. Well, unfortunately I can believe that it happened, but it was, to see it in the wild was interesting. But it stems from, I understand logically the organization's thought process, right? Likely they have had a higher level of theft happening in the workplace. They probably had some reason to suspect that employees in one or more of their locations there was an increase in employee shoplifting, right? That's probably the rationale behind it. So they put a policy in place to say, okay, before an employee is allowed to leave, a manager has to inspect their bag. Logically, that makes sense. But what it does in the workplace is it creates this environment where managers have to be the bad guy, right? Mm-hmm. They have to inspect employees' bags. You're treating all employees like they are criminals, right? You're treating them like children and criminals, that they are not responsible enough to behave in a professional manner, and that you have to inspect their bag because obviously if one employee does it, all employees are going to steal from you.
Right. And so this kind of goes to the first name that we call weaponizing policies, is we call this the weapons of control.
Yes.
And it really is just that. It is, we need to control the actions and the time usage, or the freedom that employees have, like leaving without being inspected, is a freedom that they can't be trusted with. So we need to control that.